Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusive NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 4-pack. Now, this is a 4-pack that just comes with the Turtles. We'll take a look at the Foot Soldiers and Shredder on another day, but I wanted to start off with the packaging. Normally something I don't do, just kind of toss the packaging to the side and we just focus on the figures, but because this is an exclusive, and if you did get this or you haven't got it yet and you're thinking about getting it, you're probably going to pay quite a bit of money for it. So I thought it was worth to show off the packaging just because it's really cool, in my opinion. And it's kind of what you're paying for as well. If you wanted to display this just in the package, I think you could do so. Plus, it comes with a few extra little things. So if you're someone that takes pictures and or wants to use some of the packaging as a background, I think this is one of the pieces that you would definitely do that with. Now, if you kind of see here, we used to get a board, or we got a board game back in the day, to where you kind of saw this, I believe, and also on the side of the arcades, I believe this was pictured. It's been a long time since I've been to an arcade, and I remember playing this game there. But you get some like really cheap cosplay Shredder. He's just wearing a gray shirt and stuff, and then you get some rando April O'Neil over here. So I mean, this is kind of like at the very beginning of Turtles, which was really cool. Now, this being an original and this being an exclusive and something that's going to be really hard to come by, and it's going to cost you a lot of money, I can believe that this is something that is eventually going to get knocked off, just like they did with the other NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which, in my opinion, are the best ones ever made. So one thing that I know for a fact that this has that probably the KOs will not is if you look down here, you see a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 2016. This is actually a sticker on the Foot Clan and Shredder 4-pack. It's a sticker as well, and it's both of them are located here on the bottom right corner. So I think that might be something that gets passed by on the people that knock stuff off, so they might just have that already like printed on here and not an actual sticker. So that's something that just kind of keep in mind. We haven't seen any knockoffs yet, but just something that I think that they might overlook. So if you want it unauthentic, make sure it's a sticker. Then bringing it open, you have two Velcro pieces up here. If we just stand it up, let me get this focused for you. You can see pictures of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. You see the attack, jump, and what's supposed to be like a little joystick, and then up here and to the left it tells you how to play it. So very cool. On the inside here, there's going to be this background, which I will show you. I took that out just because I was taking some pictures earlier, and I wanted to make sure that you got a really good sense of what it looked like. Close this back up, and you can see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's just another shot of April, or fake April, another one of her. And then you can kind of see on the back of it here, I can see them in a couple of poses, and very video game style. I love that. So let's take a look at the inside. And you'll notice that this is one of the levels. I forget which level it is. Is it the second or third one? But you used to be able to hit the fire extinguisher and water would come out. We noticed that April back there on the TV, and I believe in the video game that eventually it turned to Shredder and something. I don't know. But anyways, you could like knock these off. So you could, add Leonardo. I got him in the wrong direction here as far as posing, but show him like, cutting this fire extinguisher and, just posing them like that. So, and all these guys I was taking pictures earlier, you can put them in here and it looks really cool. So, but let's go ahead and get into the figures. All right, guys, now take a look at the Turtles and the accessories that they come with. As you can see, you see Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, and Donatello. I wanted to bring in one of the other NECA Turtles, the comic book Turtles, so you can kind of see they're a little bit taller than these guys, or maybe about the same height if we put his legs together. But as you can see, they are a completely brand new design. So even while I still love these, man, this might take its spot as my #1 set of Turtles. They just look that good, and I wanted them so bad that I wasn't willing to pay a little bit more to obtain these, just because these things are absolutely beautiful. Now, as far as accessories, let's go ahead and get these guys out of the way and kind of show you everything that they come with. So they do come with a little pizza here, as you can see. Looks like you got some onions, pepperoni, and stuff on there. Not too bad looking. And you can kind of see all retro style pizza on there. Looks really cool. And then you get a few sets of hands here. So they all come with basically these hands, which just have something so they can put their weapons in. So they all come with those. So you get 4 sets of those. Then you get a set of these thumbs up. Now these are interchangeable. So they come in packaged to where they're like beside one of the characters. But the thing is, you can plug and play and put them on whoever you want to. So a little thumbs up there. And you can see that both of them, you know, they go left or right as far as articulation, and they'll rotate in their wrists. So we'll get into that here in a bit. Then you get 2 of these hands, which I think are going to be probably used by Raph. That way, if you want to put his size, like kind of him holding and it going through his fingers, I think that looks really cool, or is a good pose for him. That's how I have the other NECA turtle with, but yeah, not too bad. So then we have these. This set of hands to where it's just kind of like an open palm to where he's slapping someone. As you can see that I've got Mikey using it like he's just grinning or something, so, or trying to cover his mouth. And then we have, you know, this is one of the open hands. That this one I believe is for Leonardo, and this is one for Michelangelo. So a little bit different there, maybe to hold the weapons. Michelangelo's, I'll show you real quick. This is a chain, so very cool there. Now on one of them, it's going to be all solid throughout here, so you can see that this is all painted here. This right here, it's all painted throughout here. Then you get his other nunchuck, so only one of them is like this, to where, you know, same thing, painted here, all solid. And then you have this piece, so bringing in Michelangelo so you can see this. This would just pop on there, and bam, you got your nunchuck. But if you wanted to have it like this, holding in his hand, this also does rotate as well. It will spin. So I think that's very cool. And the only thing is, because I was thinking about like him holding with one hand, one nunchuck, and then the chain going by and having this connect. This will not connect right here. So the only way to get it to connect is just this one piece. So a little unfortunate on that, but not really a big deal at all. I think it looks pretty cool. And one last set of hands, you get this right here, which is kind of packaged next to Leonardo, which that's what I have him doing as well. So whenever you want to kind of hold the sword out to where it's kind of going straight or parallel with the rest of his arm, this is what you would use. So, and that's all that on them. Now getting into just the figures here, we'll start off with Michelangelo. And a couple things that I wanted to note, that the shoulder joints, they're very tight on these guys. So there we go. They're very tight, so whenever get them out of the package and you're first moving them, just be, you know, make sure you grab this entire arm so you're not just kind of pulling up and down from here, because I got a feeling that, you know, it would pop off. Just like any other toy, you would kind of grab towards the shoulder and just kind of start to work it a little bit. And you know, get that shoulder to where it can go all the way out. It's just very tight there, is what I've noticed. The elbows, some of them were a little bit tight, some of them a little bit easier, but nothing's loose. So let me put it that way. It's either really tight or it's just right. Now, you look at some of the designs back here. I think this is all cool, to where it's all kind of digitally done. Like you would see in like, what is that? It was 16-bit, I believe, or was it NES 8-bit? It was one of the two. I forget if it was NES or Super NES. I believe Turtles in Time was Super NES. That's the one I have. But as far as the eyes, you can see they look really good. You see some white in there, the black in there. The teeth done really well. So you can see the black lines going individually. Then you look back here, you can see a couple of different patterns or different paints used for this kind of digital sculpt, going all the way down until you get to the hands. The hands, nothing on them, they're just pure green. The same thing with the feet. You see all this digital sculpt going all the way down. These little things being just green, that doesn't bother me, to be honest. To me, it's like it's just a pixel, you know, because it's about the size of it, like you see here. I just look at it as those are just little green pixels, so they really don't bother me at all. The feet, I would have liked a little bit of something on them, and maybe just a little something on the wrist, but Does it make me regret buying this set? Not at all. So you can see some cool stuff here on the traps and stuff like that. Here on the inside of the shell, you see the M for Michelangelo. And just kind of a nice look there. All the, orange looks good. As far as articulation, it's the same on all of them. So you do have 2 joints up here. So you have the ball joint and the head. So you can get a lot of movement out of just the head. Then you can see that neck is moving as well. And it seems to be a ball joint. So 2 double ball joint there, neck and also head. So you can get quite a bit of movement out of that. The shoulders, again, that's about as, so they'll go all the way out. I believe that's about as high as I can get them. But you can see the biceps, they do rotate as well. You do have the 90-degree bend here at the elbow. The elbows do rotate. And then the wrists, they rotate and they'll go left to right. So he can smack Raph around or something like that. Then whenever you get into kind of this inner part of the shell area, it does rotate. So you've got like this little pants section down here that actually does rotate. So you can get that. And then it also goes back and forth. It seems like it's on a ball joint as well. Because like just kind of rotating it around, and got quite a bit of movement there. With these legs, they go in and out like so. They'll go, front and back. I can see that the other one's kind of going with it, but they do, go separate as well. Then you have the thigh cut. That's something that was kind of tight, like on the Leonardo figure. I was like, man, these guys really, the only thing they're missing is a thigh cut, and it just, then it worked on the other turtles, and I was like, okay, Leo's was just a little too tight. So they do have that thigh cut there. Then with the knees, you can see double jointed, so really good posability there. And okay, now, all right. I was like, does that rotate as well? Then the ankles, them kind of going back and forth, and you see that they're kind of like on a little ball joint, not necessarily front and back. They do that, but they rotate here, so you get quite a bit of movement there in the ball joint of the ankle. But kind of a little nice look at him. I'm not going to go over the articulation with every figure because it's exactly the same. But we will take a look at the figures individually so you can kind of get an idea what they look like. Obviously, the heads are different, so you can see a different sculpt here on Leonardo, but same, really good job with the white and the black not bleeding into each other with the eyes. Very nice color blue. I like this lighter color blue. I'm glad they went with that versus kind of a dark color. You can see that it looks nice all over the figure. Really ties in good. The teeth, you can see that they are individually done, or the black line going there, really breaking them up, I think looks good. Same thing with the shell. You can see it's got a spot for the sheath, or is it the sheath is what it's called. The only thing on Michelangelo that is missing to me is the little thing for his nunchucks, but I guess you would always have him holding them. But it just seems like that was something missing. I guess they would have needed to go on the front or the back. I mean, I guess you could put them wherever you needed to, but you do have that with Leonardo. He's got the same articulation, the same digital sculpt. So if you look here at the legs, they're exactly the same as far as the pattern goes. So all the way down, exactly the same. You look at the shoulders, they appear to be exactly the same. Forearms, the head, exactly the same shell in front. So, but I like that pose for Leonardo. Look really good, and you can see the bandanas, and the heads, they're different, so they're going different directions. I like that they did that, and they didn't just do them the same generic heads and just paint them different. So to me, that's a plus. That kind of helps out as far as buying, the set that's a little bit more expensive. Again, Donnie's going a little bit further out than Leo's, and it looks like it's a little bit longer as well. So different design there. You got a spot for the bow down here for Donnie. Again, same digital sculpt. And then his isn't like necessarily purple. It's kind of a fuchsia. if you would, kind of a purplish pink, kind of bright. But I think that kind of resembles that in the game, and I like it. Again, you can see the D here for Donatello, and with his weapon, you can see that it's kind of wrapped here. I forgot to show off Leonardo's sword, but you can see that it's kind of the silver, and then you got the gray here at the handle. And they hold their weapons really well, especially with the alternate hands. But same digital design on him, same articulation. You can see he's just kind of got like a little smiley face, or it looks like he just did something that he wasn't supposed to, which this is my favorite character, Donatello. So, but I give you guys a little 360 of him. Again, really nice job with the eyes, with the black and the white, nothing kind of bleeding into each other. Just incredible job on these. And we'll go to the last guy here, Raphael. You can see, again, different. You got the just line for the lip here, just showing a little bit of teeth. Very nice job again with the eyes, the black and the white. The bandana, again, it's going this way, but it's a little bit further away and not just kind of laying down. So it is different from all the other turtles as well. But again, you have the same digital design here on the body of the shell. There's a nice, this red really, it kind of pops. It's a really nice red. Same articulation. R for Raph. You don't have any holsters or places to put his size. So you only get that with Leonardo, Donatello, it seems. But again, Raph, you're going to display them with a size. And you can see they're basically the same thing as Leonardo's, where you got the silver and then the gray and then silver here at the bottom. Fit in his hands really nice. But just amazing sculpts, amazing as far as paint jobs. I love these guys. So anyways, there is a look at this little set here. If you got the money and you like it and you really want it, it's one of those sets where I would suggest picking it up, because I think it's probably one of the best representations of the turtles, especially in video game form. I also think the SH Figure Arts turtles are pretty cool as far as cartoon accurate, but these are going to be my #1 turtles, and then I guess this guy, the comic NECA ones are going to be like my #2 go-to. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll have the Shredder and Foot Soldiers up probably the next day. So peace.